Hi, welcome to Bonita's Kitchen and thank you for joining us. What I'm going to be making for you today is onion pudding. And this onion pudding that I'm going to be making today is a viewer's request. We are known in Newfoundland for our puddings and many different kinds. So what I'll do right now is show you what the ingredients is and we'll get started. These are the simplest of ingredients and everybody got it in their house. This is 1 medium grated onion. We got 2 teaspoonfuls of baking powder, just 1/4 teaspoonful of sea salt, a cup of flour and flour of choice, 1/3 cup of milk, and 2 tablespoonfuls of butter. And we're going to be using a pudding can or a pudding bag, whichever you got available, or a safe container that you can put in your boiler to boil the pudding with. So let's get started on making this delicious pudding. So what we'll do first is put our cup of flour into the bowl, and then we'll continue on with the baking powder and then the salt. Let's mix that together. We're going to be putting in our 2 tablespoonfuls of room temperature butter, and then we're going to use our hand and we're going to break the butter up into the flour like this. And while I'm doing this, I just want to touch a little bit on this pudding. This pudding is normally made when we're cooking Jig's dinner on Sunday. Jig's dinner or a boiled dinner is another way of that we would do on Sundays as well. This is not a dessert, but you can have it as a dessert if you wanted to add some molasses over it or some jam. But normally it's served with your dinner with gravy over it. So just keep putting the butter through the flour like this until it's all incorporated. Okay, so I just wanted to wash off before we go into the next step. So we got a medium onion here that's grated, and like you said, you just do a nice grating. It don't have to be of any size, just until it's all looking something like that. And we got 1/3 cup of milk, and you just pour that on in as well. So while I'm mixing this around, we'll talk a little bit about, again, this pudding. It was a viewer's request, and we here at Bonita's Kitchen, we're trying to get to more and more of our viewers' requests so that we can show you recipes that many of us Newfoundlanders have had at one time or another. So this one is new to me, so I'm excited to make it. So you just mix it on into the milk and the onion in through the batter, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so this is almost done. This is what it looks like. So you know it's not much to making this delicious onion pudding. Years ago, like you said, people made puddings to have with their Jig's dinner or their boiled dinner because it gave them more food, more to fill them up, because we would like to have either a little bit of bread with our meal or the pudding. And like you said, having different types of pudding, blueberry duff, parchberry duff, so many different ones that we've enjoyed. Little bit of butter inside of your pudding tin so that it'll come out good, or you could use a pudding bag, and that's as well easily. You put your pudding inside, tie it up, and put it into your boiler. So what I'm going to do now is put all of this pudding into the tin, and then I'll tell you what's next. Now this pudding is usually cooked with the Jig's dinner, but a lot of times, I don't know about you, I don't have room in my boiler to cook everything, because you put the peas pudding, and then you put the bread pudding, and there's so many puddings. So I will cook it separate, and you can also do this one the night before if you're going to be serving it with a Jig's dinner, or you just want to make it with a nice meal that you're going to be serving gravy. that's pretty much all you're going to do. So that's what you need to do there, is put it right into the tin, and this is what it looks like. So this recipe that I'm sharing with you today is, it's for 4 to 6 people. So if you want more than this, this is a big pudding tin for me, giving you just this small pudding. It's just mainly to show you how to make it and the ingredients that you put in and how you would cook it. So what you would need to do now is cover it with a bit of foil wrap like this, or with a piece of parchment paper, or if your pudding tin got a lid, just snap on the lid. If you don't use this and you wanted to use the bag, it can't be fully submerged into the water. You need to put something like this, a foil tin, or a little grate you would get with your boiler to put in under, so it's not touching the bottom. So I'm going to show you what I mean by this when I put it into the boiler. So let's get going. So we don't put the full pudding submerged into water, we just have enough to steam, because these are steamed puddings. You see it's just a quarter amount of water at the bottom, and I already started boiling on this. You put your foil little container in the bottom, and then you take your pudding tin and put on top of it, and it just sits there like this. What I will do next is put the lid on top, and then I would start it boiling anywhere from 45 minutes to 1 hour. So that's pretty much all you need to do to make this delicious onion pudding. So I'm going to put it on a medium heat now, again for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. Then when it gets close to that time, I'm going to lift the lid, I'm going to poke the knife down into the pudding. If it comes out clean, the pudding is done. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like. Welcome back to Bonita's Kitchen, and our onion pudding is done. Now I'm going to reach for it and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking it out of the boiler, putting it here on my counter, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, and I'll just put it there on my counter. So I'm just going to pour it. When you oil it, then it's easy for it to come out. This is what your delicious little onion pudding is going to look like. Okay, so when I say it's for 4 to 6 people, there's only a small pudding. So if you want to make it a little bit bigger by doubling the recipe, it's fine. You can see the onion in there and how moist it looks. And usually you cut it in 6 pieces. And this is about the size that you would get on your plate, and then they will put it over with your boiled meal. Okay, so pretty much you would have it then with a little drop of gravy over all of your meal. Now, you don't have to have it with gravy, but this is usually how we would serve it. But for me right now, I'm just going to have a taste of this one without the gravy. Okay, so I'm just going to have a little taste of mine without the gravy. If you like onion, you've got the flavor of the onion going through the pudding. The nice taste of butter, so delicious. Definitely try it with the gravy and without the gravy. So good. Okay, that was delicious. So I can't boast enough about it. If you like puddings, and I got many on Bonita's Kitchen there now, bread pudding, you name it, to blueberry duff. But this onion pudding is absolutely delicious, and I can see having this with my jigs dinner or my boiled dinner, or just potatoes and my chicken and that with some gravy over it. So please try it. Quick and easy and so delicious. And for the viewer that requested this recipe today, I hope this helps you make yours and to get yourself all ready for your next jigs dinner and onion pudding. And I also would like to thank all of our viewers for joining us today, and I hope you found this interesting. And if you did and you'd like to see more of our recipes on Bonita's Kitchen, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the link, subscribe, it'll prompt you to what you need to do. And each time we post a new video, we will send you a notification letting you know. And you can also send me a message on www.bonitaskitchen.com, and that's my website, and you can see a collage of pictures of each step to make this delicious meal. Or you can visit me on my Facebook page. So I hope again you found this recipe for onion pudding helpful for you today. From my kitchen to yours, you have a wonderful day.